One day soon you will reach for your wallet and it will be empty. Not because you spent the money, but because they turned it off. Your money will still show on the screen, but you will no longer be allowed to use it. That day is closer than you think. Most people will never see it coming. They will call it convenience. They will call it security. They will call it the future. And by the time they realize the bars are already locked, there will be no key. Here's what they don't want you to see. The Federal Reserve is created. Private banks gain the power to create money with a keystroke. Cash is still king, but the foundation is laid. Executive Order 6102. Franklin Roosevelt makes private gold ownership illegal. Americans are forced to hand over their gold for paper. The first time the government proves it can confiscate one form of money and replace it with another. Nixon closes the gold window. Cash becomes pure government promise. Still physical. Still anonymous. Still yours. The first real attack on cash begins. The U.S. Treasury introduces the new $100 bill with anti-counterfeit features and quietly starts tracking large cash withdrawals. Banks are told to report anyone taking out more than $10,000. The war has started. India shocks the world. Narendra Modi announces that 86% of all cash in circulation will cease to be legal tender overnight. People line up for weeks, thousands die. The government calls it a war on black money. The real lesson: a modern economy can eliminate cash in hours. The pandemic becomes the perfect excuse. Stores refuse cash for hygiene. Central banks flood the system with digital stimulus. The IMF publishes paper after paper, praising the end of cash. China rolls out the digital yuan to 260 million citizens. Every purchase tracked. Every citizen scored. The Federal Reserve releases its first discussion paper on a U.S. central bank digital currency. They insist it will coexist with cash. They always say that right before cash disappears. Nigeria launches the Naira. Within months, the government limits cash withdrawals to $20 a day. Protests erupt. People starve because they cannot access their own money. The central bank calls it a success. The European Central Bank begins the digital euro preparation phase. The Bank of England runs pilot programs. The Bahamas, Jamaica, and the Eastern Caribbean already run fully operational retail CBDCs. Cash is already dead in those places. Fed now goes live across every major U.S. bank. Real-time payments, real-time surveillance. The infrastructure for a digital dollar is complete. January 2026. The Federal Reserve launches the first U.S. retail CBDC pilot in 4 major cities. They call it voluntary TAY. Always do. March 2026. Tax refund season. The IRS announces refunds will be delivered faster and safer through the new digital dollar wallet. Millions opt in without reading the terms. The terms include programmable money. Your refund can expire in 90 days. It can only be spent on approved categories. It can be frozen if your social credit score drops. June 2026. The G20 signs the Financial Stability Roadmap. Every member nation agrees to phase out high-denomination cash notes by 2030. The U.S. quietly stops printing $100 bills for domestic use. Late 2026. A cybersecurity incident hits several regional banks. Cash machines go offline for weeks. The government offers emergency digital wallets to keep the economy moving. Once people are in, they never let you out. Who wins? Central banks, governments, surveillance companies. Anyone who can program the money. They will decide what you can buy, where you can buy it, when you can buy it, and if you can buy it at all. Who loses? You. Anyone who ever wanted privacy. Anyone who ever disagreed with the state. Anyone who ever tried to run a small cash business. Anyone who ever needed to help a friend without being watched. Cash is the last anonymous bearer asset. When it is gone, every coffee, every donation, every purchase becomes a permanent record. They will know where you went, who you supported, what you believe, and they will have the power to switch you off. This is not science fiction. This is the final stage of financial control. The digital dollar is not money. It is a permission slip. You now know what is coming. The question is, how much cash do you still hold while you still can? If this video woke you up, drop a like and subscribe. New forbidden truth every single day. Turn on notifications. The next one might save your wealth. Comment! The one thing you're doing right now to prepare. I read every single one.